it's like portions of the video game itself. You can talk about if you have missions or things like that that will um, explain a little bit of what's going on that.
For example, the video game I play is called New Vegas, but I noticed something interesting about a word. The word in Spanish is Cesar, but in the game the characters were pronounced it in two different ways, Ca- Caesar and Kaiser.
Oh, okay. So you
I
want to
I
talk
noticed
about.
that. Yeah, I noticed that was interesting. It was the same word but in two different pronunciations.
Okay. So in this case you will need some phonological transcriptions, which are kind of uh, a little bit tricky, right? Because you have to deal with symbols or things like that. Um, Maybe make sure to mention the um, that the name was pronounced differently, and on the way that you can, maybe like you said, Caesar and then Kaiser, or
Yes.
yes. So maybe try to write it down like if you would have write that name on the way that you think that that name will be differently written. I don't know if you get. So yeah, maybe just mention that there was a different pronunciation on regarding the same name, and that one it was more with like the K, and the other one was more a sound of the letter C or things like that. A way that you could, because we are not so into phonological transcriptions. And what I mean with those is like, I don't know if you have noticed that on dictionaries, they have different symbols for the pronunciation of the words. So that it's kind of the transcription of the phonological sounds on the words. But what you can do is just point out that observation and maybe state a little bit of a difference, like it was more like a K sound or a C sound, things like that. That could be part of your analysis on the description of the log. So let me show it to you. Maybe you could put Caesar, and then in parentheses pronunciation, and then just on the description add whatever you think um, the difference was in this word. Does that help?
Yes, teacher, that give me an idea. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and thank you. That's actually a great question. Also, you can focus on the sounds, but I mean, we have to have like a background on phonological sounds or phonemes, and it will be kind of a deeper analysis on that. For now, if you want to keep it simple with just words that you don't know, it's okay. I'm not asking to see if you can bring out some, maybe if later we tend to use a symbol, maybe we can focus on specific symbols or specific sounds when we watch TV. But for now, let's keep it with phrases or new words for you. Okay? And Annelise, I got it, and Octavio got it as well. Okay, any other questions in regards to log? Don't forget that the log will be due on Tuesday, next Tuesday. So on because on Monday actually we won't have class, as I was mentioning before. Even here, I think I put it somewhere. So February 7, we won't have class, but the log will be due on February the 8th. I'm giving you an extra day. So that's going to be the due date for this log. Any other questions in regards to log? Say it now, or how do they say in whenever there's a wedding? So nothing? No? I'll just close it then. All right. And if you have questions about the log, just let me know and we can discuss more about it. So remember, it's 10 hours. Actually, today I'm going to open the assignment in case that you guys are already done with it, and you can just upload it to have it there. All right, so let's go ahead and begin with our class. Now, what do we remember from yesterday? What happened yesterday? Were we just here looking at the computer, or what was going on yesterday? And then, Omar?
Yesterday, I remember we saw the present perfect, describing some positions and also um, looking at some definitions.
Definitions, present perfect. Yes, thank you so much. Possessions. Aaron, what else?
We practice like my classmates say, we practice the present perfect, and we share class.
I'm sorry. We were talking about the present perfect and we shared what? I'm sorry.
We shared our presentations.
Okay, yeah, we were doing our presentations. Okay, thank you. And what else? What else about the present perfect? What combinations did we get to see with present perfect? We were combining present perfect with what? Wendy.
For and signs?
Okay, yes, we were talking about for and since. And what about each one? What are each one used for? When we know that we have to use for, and when do we know that we have to use since? Jonathan.
For since, we use the present perfect. ¿No se escucha? Okay.
Yes, I can hear
And
you.
a point of time in the past. Okay, okay. Thank you. Yes, for since we use the present perfect of time in the past, and then it shows when an action or event started. And for we use a period of time, and then it shows the length of time of an action or event.
All right, excellent. Yes. So for, we know it's a period of time. Since, it's a specific point in the past of the time. And present perfect, generally, we would say, as you mentioned, something that started in the past, indefinite or maybe specific, but still continues in the present. All right. And then I saw David Navarrete. Were you going to say something related to that, or do you want to add something else?
No, Miss, the teammate has said everything about foreign signs.
Oh, okay. But what about the other two group of words? We talked about for and since, but also what else did we talk about in present perfect?
Also, we talk about ever and never.
There you go. And what about ever and never? What's the deal with the ever and never? Remember that there was one word that described it ever and ever. It's based on what? And it starts with the letter E. It reflects what? Do you give up? Yes. Remember, ever and never are more related to, or at least yesterday's session was related to experience, right? Experience. Have you ever watched this movie? Have you ever tried driving standard? Or have you ever, I don't know, been in this place, in a mountain? Things like that. Experiences that we get, or we want to know if whether we have it or not. Ever, it's basically for this experience, and it's kind of knowing a little bit more, and it's in between have or has and past participle. And never, it's a contraction of not ever, and it's more used for negative statements. Don't forget that. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and continue then. After refreshing all those things, let's continue. Now um, here I wanted to show you like different kinds of cell phones, right? Nowadays it's very common to have cell phones with only a touch screen, and you do everything with your finger, right? However, it took me back to also those times when we used to have this kind of cell phones, like older cell phones, that at that moment they were like the thing, right? We had I think it was Motorola F3, Motorola V8, I think V8, and this uh, remarkable Nokia, right? And even before that, I remember that there were cell phones that looked like a brick, right? They were so huge, so humongous that they didn't even look like cell phones, or they were even bigger than normal telephones. So think about your own cell phone. Think about the things that you have in your cell phone. And I'm gonna ask you first to think about and post a picture or the name of your cell phone. And also, well, before that, we just going to post our picture. So what phone do you have? Post a picture on the chat. Maybe you can Google the phone that you have and share it with us on the chat. And then we will answer some few questions about our own phones, okay? So did any one of you had like an older, obviously we all have maybe a smartphone, but back in the days, do you remember which was your first telephone that you had? Or any particular memory about any of these old phones that we used to have? Or you're like, hey, miss, I don't know what you're talking about. Omar?
I think, and I don't remember very well, teacher, but I think my first phone was a Samsung J7, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what, guys? Maybe I'm just talking to you about things that you never had, right? Maybe I'm a little bit older than you guys, and kind of not been on the same track. So yeah, I think I know those phones. And then whenever you get like a phone, like for the first time, it's like very, very impressive for you, right? Because you feel like, oh, I have a lot of technology. And we do actually. I think that every phone has its own function, but still are made for the same purpose. So post a picture or put the name of your phone here on the chat. And also, I'm going to take that as part of participation. Why not? So maybe post on the chat whatever phone you have currently. All right, Alan. I like the color. Is it that color? It's it's very cool actually.
No, it's black.
Oh, okay. But well, still the design and everything it's cool. What about the rest? What phone do you have? All right. So here it's another one, a Samsung. Okay, S21. That's a good phone. M31. Okay, cool. Then Daniela, an iPhone. iPhones are good phones as well. LGs. I love LGs. iPhone. iPhone. 8XR. Redmi. All right. I've seen that very recently. I've seen that they're kind of becoming more popular, the Xiaomi, and I think they're very good phones. The other class was telling me the same thing, that they had like this kind of similarity to like an iPhone or things like that. A Grand Prime and a Grand Prime Plus. All right. Now, thinking about your own phone, and thank you so much for that, guys. Thinking about your own phone. Think about if you know everything about your phone, if you know how to use everything that the phone has, or what do you like or what you don't like about the phone. Um, Maybe, for example, in my case, I don't know a lot of about my phone. I was saying that I have like a pen on the phone, but I honestly don't know how to use it. I know that you can take notes, and that's all I know. So, do you know how to use everything? Well, no, I don't, because again, my pen, I don't know what's maybe there's another functions for that pen and I'm not even aware of it. What I love about my phone, or what I like a lot, it's that I have it takes very great pictures. So there's no need to have like a camera, things like that, because I think it's very it's enough to have my phone to do all that stuff. What I don't like is that the screen is kind of curved, so I cannot have it without protection, without a case and a template. I always have to have one, because if something happens, well, we know that it cracks, and then it even though you can fix it, it's not the same, right? So maybe it's very sensitive to those kind of situations, because I remember that with Nokia phones, even back before when they used to have this the smaller ones, I know that they were indestructible. They were amazing because they could fall 100 times, and 100 times that you pick it up, it will still work. So that's maybe kind of the thing that I don't like about the phone. Now, what about you guys? Think about your phone. If you know everything that has, if you use everything or know how to use everything that the phone has, what do you like about it? What you don't? Anyone that would like to share something? Tell me about your experiences with your phone. What do you like about it? What you don't like? Or if you know all the things that your phone can do. Go for it, Omar.
Uh, well, I think I still need a little bit more of time to know everything about my phone, all of those secret features or things like that. But at the time I'm having it, it's a pretty good phone and I pretty like it.
And if you would say one thing that you don't like, what would it be?
Um, I think it could be the well, I don't know, teacher. Everything looks fine with it.
You just love it. Okay.
Yes.
And and I mean it's valid. Um Sometimes we have things that we feel very satisfied with. And that's the great thing about buying things, because if you are satisfied with that, nothing else matters. All right. Anyone else that would like to kind of share something about their phones? And if not, it's okay. Let's go ahead and see what the topic is. So what do you think we're going to be discussing today? What is the topic? Any guess?
About technology.
Okay, who was that? So I can take your
Alan.
Alan. All right, Alan. Technology. Okay. Omar?
Um, about phones or features.
Phones, features. I like that. Jonathan?
Talk about things you own.
Things we own. Okay. Excellent. Thank you so much. So yeah, so many features. Probably, and you will notice later that your book has all names, but I will what we have in our phones maybe. And yeah, this is going to be part of unit 2.2. Which, by the way, guys, in Cambridge, I'm going to only assign for this Sunday unit 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3, aside from unit 1, because we are not going to cover everything on unit 2. So let's go ahead and have this conversation. I have the audio, but I would like for you to guys to help me reading out. But before that, before doing that, I want for you to take a close look here on this picture. What do you think the people are talking about? What do you think these two girls right here are talking in this picture? Ismael.
Maybe they talk about her new phone.
Maybe about a new phone, right? Yes. Thank you. Okay, so two people. Two people. One will be Jen and the other one will be Maya. So Jonathan, you will be Jen and Maya will be David Navarrete. And before you start, guys, let's pay close attention to who knows more about her phone, if Jen or Maya. All right? So go ahead, Jonathan and David.
Do you like my new phone? I bought the same model you have.
Oh wow, you are going to love it. It has so many cool features.
I haven't tried many of them yet. I've already downloaded a lot of apps, so I have so many now. It's hard to find one when I need it.
I can help with that. Have you already made folders?
No, I haven't. How does that work?
You create folders on the home screen, and then you can put your apps in them. Look, I have a folder for music, app, one of weather apps.
That's pretty cool. Can you help me set them up?
Sure, but first, I have to ask, have you tried the camera yet with the funny faces feature?
Yes, I have. I love it. In fact, let me try it on you.
Hey,
Look, you look great with elephant ears.
yeah, right. Now let me show you this feature. Delete.
All right. I like the enthusiasm to the conversation. You even made it different. Excellent. Now, let's take a look on who is the person that knows more about her phone. Was it Jen or Maya? Ismael, who was it?
Maya knows a lot of your phone because she have more time with it.
All right. So yeah, Maya is the one that knows more because it's been more time. She's been more time with her phone. Excellent. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get more details about it. So here are some sentences, some statements that either are true or false. What we're going to do is I'm going to play again the audio. Well, I'm going to play it actually one time. It's the same script from here, but just the audio. So we have four sentences. They can either be true or false. In case that they are false, please make a true statement for that, okay? I will play it one more time, maybe just to kind of hear it in a detail for it, and then we will discuss the statements, okay? So here we go.
And 2.2, page 4, exercise 1A and 1B.
Do you like my new phone? I bought the same model I have.
Oh, wow. I'm going to love it. It has so many cool features.
I haven't tried any of them yet. I've already downloaded a lot of apps, though. I have so many. It's hard to find one. When I need it.
I can help. Have you
Give me 1 second, because I think it's getting stuck a lot. It's kind of pausing and playing. So let me try it one more time.
2.2, page 14, exercises 1A and 1B.
Do you like my new phone? I bought the same model you have.
Oh, wow. You're going to love it. It has so many cool features.
I haven't tried many of them yet. I've already downloaded a lot of apps, though. I have so many now. It's hard to find one when I need it.
I can help with that. Have you already made folders?
No, I haven't. How does that work?
You create folders on the home screen, and then you can put your apps in them. Look, I have a folder for music apps, one for weather apps.
That's pretty cool. Can you help me set them up?
Sure. But first, I have to ask, have you tried the camera yet with the funny faces feature?
Yes, I have. I love it. In fact, let me try it on you.
Hey,
Look, you look great with elephant ears.
yeah, right. Now let me show you this feature. Delete.
Okay, so let's go ahead and see what statements are true. Please read it, and if it's true or false, say it, and then if it's false, please correct it. Daniela.
Yeah, for it's true.
The first one will be true. Thank you. Armando, number 2.
The number 2 is false.
It's false. And how can we make it true? What will be a true statement for number 2? Ismael, do you want to help with number 2?
Yeah, maybe Jen have a lot of apps in her phone.
Yes. So she has a lot of apps on her phone. Now, do you want to do number 3 also?
Yes, number 3, it's false, because it's Jen who needs help with her phone.
Yes. So Jen is actually the one that needs the help. Thank you so much, Ismael. And Pablo, last one. True or false?
It's true.
True. Okay, Maya took a picture. Actually, it's false. I think Jen was the one that took a picture to Maya because Maya was the one giving like the information of it. But yeah. So let's move on. Now, this is very brief information. Probably you already know it, probably not. Maybe there will be some facts that you don't know. But we're going to talk about nouns and verbs. So nouns, it is just a person, a place, animal, thing, idea, anything we can name will be a noun. Now, the thing about nouns is that they can also be transformed into a possessive form by adding the apostrophe s. So, for example, if we say, this is Steve's shirt, we are telling that there is some possession right there, and all we have to do is add an apostrophe and the letter s to transform it into possessives. Then also nouns, whenever they use determiners, and when I say determiners, they're like the word the, like the boy, the tree, the dog, etc. These, whenever we have this determiner and the noun together, we can call or say that it's a noun phrase. Even though that it doesn't have a verb, we can simply call it the noun phrase. This is just additional information on nouns. Now, going to verbs, we know that verbs are words or this kind of showing actions, showing an event, right? So jumping, sleeping, eating, dreaming, working, all those obviously are words because it entails some action. Now, whenever we say a verb, we are talking about that the verb says something about the subject. and it will always be the predicate, meaning the rest, whatever it's after the subject. So here, sleeps, it's taking a role of an action of the baby, right? Baby, it's the one that's performing the action, and sleeps, it's just the action itself. Also, verbs are used to express distinction on time. This means like the past form of a verb, the present form of a verb, or even the future, depending on whether we're using just the base form of a verb or if we can use auxiliary verbs. But what are auxiliary verbs? Well, those are like can, will, what else? Have. Those could be some auxiliary verbs that will help as well to give information about the tense even of the verb. So if we want to say a verb in the future, I will drive standard in 1 year. So right there, you are using the auxiliary verb will to help determine that the verb is something of the future. All right. And a very last thing about the verbs is that every complete sentence has a verb. So if this phrase, the baby sleeps, wouldn't have the verb and it's just the baby, this will be just a noun phrase or a determiner and a verb and a subject or noun. I'm sorry. But without the verb, it's not a complete sentence. So every complete sentence will always, always, and always have a verb. All right. Questions on this? Anything to comment? Any complaints? Anything to say? Or is all clear? So I will take that as no questions. If you have questions, let me know. Now we're gonna go with this following words. I just want to make a note right here. Remember that also some words can be used for both, right? Depending on what the context is of the word. But let's try to keep it kind of simple. And if there is a way that a word can fit into both, we can say it as well, okay? So let's go ahead and go by row. So it's run, then box, mouth, fly, etc. So the word run, what would that be classified to? Omar?
A verb.
A verb, right? What about box, Ismael?
Box is a noun.
A noun, right? Yes. Jonathan, mouth?
Mouth is a noun.
A noun, right? What about fly? Daniela?
Fly is a verb.
A verb, right? Also, it can be a noun. You know, like they call flies to the insects. So it could be either or. In this case, we're just going to leave it in verbs, but yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is what I mean whenever you have different context on the words, depending on what the context is. Thank you. Armando, stand. So Armando, stand is a verb or a noun?
Stand is a verb.
A verb, yes. Alan, what about write?
It's a verb.
It's a verb. What about smile? Omar?
I think it's a verb.
Okay. Yes, actually, for this, it can be both. I actually put it on the noun side, but depending on what you are focusing on. if it's like the actual smile of a person, it's just like a noun. But if you are kind of saying smile for the camera or smiling, that will be a verb. So that could be taken into consideration as a noun or as a verb. Great, thank you. Pablo, tree.
It's a noun.
A noun, right? And then Ismael, fork.
It's a noun.
It's a noun. And push, Daniela.
It's a verb.
It's a verb. All right. Thank you so much, guys. So let's go ahead to the next part. Now, in this part, we have some tech features in which we have different words that can be used to kind of describe what you're doing, like in your phone or with the features that you have on an electronic device. So we have delete, device, folder, home screen, model, setup, storage, sync, try, and work. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to classify them in nouns and verbs, okay? So I'll just give you 2 minutes to kind of decide what goes with what, and then we will discuss the words all together, okay? 2 minutes just to take a look on the words, see what goes with nouns, what goes with verbs. All right, so let's go ahead and decide. What would be a noun? Which words will be a noun? And Pablo.
Device. It's a noun.
Okay, device. Yes. Aaron?
Folder is a noun.
Folder, it's a noun. Yes. Alan?
Home screen.
Home screen, it's a noun. What else it's a noun? Yes. There's maybe 2 more. Armando?
Folder is a noun.
Folder, device, home screen. Yes. Anything else for a noun? Daniela?
Or can be noun and a verb.
Work can be a noun and a verb. Work. Yes, actually, that's very interesting. Yeah, definitely it can be both because we can say work or more than work, maybe job. I think job will be more appropriate as a noun. And then work could be the fact. But yeah, I think both words are valid for both categories. Well, only work, not job. So yes, thank you so much, Daniela. Great observation. Okay, now what are the verbs? Who can just list them? Ismael?
I list all of the verbs.
Yes, please.
Um, I think delete, sync, storage, try, and work, and setup.
Excellent. Storage, yeah, actually, it can be either or depending, again, the context, right? A lot of things and a lot of times, I don't know if you have perceived this from the language, but sometimes they use the same word for different things. So obviously, when they do that, the meaning tend to change depending on whatever it's around the sentence or the structure or anything. So yeah, that I think those can be also for both categories. Let's go ahead and proceed and let's just do this small exercise just to cross out a word that does not work in each sentence. On the first one, we could say this is the best device, this is the best model the electronics company has made, but not folder, right? They are more focused on devices and model of electronics. Now, number two, please read it and tell us the word that does not work in the sentence. So what of the three words will be? Omar.
The three words, teacher, or only one word? Because I think it's delete.
Excellent. So yeah, the word that does not match on the sentence. So yeah, actually it is delete, right? Can you help me delete my new phone? I don't think that's possible, right? Excellent. Number three, Ismael.
The word won't match its home screens.
Yes, right? I want more home screens on my phone. There could be only one home screen. You can add more screens like whenever you kind of storage more apps, but there's only one home screen. Thank you. Pablo, next one.
I need to try my photos.
All right. So the one that wouldn't fit in this sentence will be try, right? We can say, I need to sync, I need to delete my photos, but not try. Thank you. And last one. It is easy to delete, set up, work an online profile. Omar?
Work.
Work, right? Even though you can work on a profile, in this case, there are more like into editing and all that stuff. So good, great job. Let's continue. Now, I want to share you one more thing or two more words that can be used with present perfect in order to express situations. Another thing that can help us and will be present whenever it comes to this type of sentences or structures, it's the already and yet. However, each one of these are used for a very specific task. So in this example of already, it means that something happened a little bit before than when it was expected. Even though it was expected, it happened a little bit sooner and it's been done. Okay? It's not like, oh, it has not happened yet, right? So already it's for things that happened a little bit earlier than expected. And some examples are I've already seen that film. Mark has already here. Mark has already here, but John hasn't come yet. It's for things that we are completing, right? Sooner than expected, but still completed. And as you can see, we have this pattern the same way as ever and never, that we have it in the middle of the present perfect structure, which is between have or has and the past participle. So we have or has already and then past participle. That will be kind of the structure, how to use already on a sentence in present perfect. Now, on the other side, or in contrast, we have the word yet. With the word yet, it's something that we are expecting, just like already. However, in this case, it has not happened yet, right? That's what yet it's for. So for things that are going to happen maybe, but they are not happening right now. So usually and most of the times, and I would say you will always find the word yet on the end of a sentence. And I say usually and most of the times because in the spoken language, we tend to kind of change the word order or the structure when we're talking in a speaking way. But in the written language, at least, the rule is to have the word yet at the end of the sentences. So, for example, it hasn't been decided yet. It will be decided, but not right now, not at this time, and it's not happened yet. Okay? Questions on that? Doubts? Anything to add in regard to these two words that are also contributing to the present perfect? And if all it's clear, raise your hand. Raise your hand if everything's clear. All right, so I see hands. Excellent. Okay, so you can lower your hands now. Thank you so much. Let's move on then. So now we're gonna just complete a little bit of grammar. And who would like to help us reading number 1? And obviously complete it with the correct answer. Omar, go for it.
Use yet with things that haven't happened. It often means you expected something to happen or expect something to happen soon.
Excellent. And Ismael, number 2.
Use already when something happened sooner than expected.
Already sooner than expected. All right. So I think it's kind of clear, right? Already we will find it within the structure of present perfect, which is between have or has and past participle. And the word yet, we will find it at the end of the sentences or at the end of the questions. And here are more examples. We just discussed that. So now it's your turn to turn these sentences into whatever it's on the parenthesis. So as you can see, it's kind of the opposite of using. And by the way, you can even sometimes have yet and already at the same time. We can also have these two particular ways of saying things happened or not in the same idea. But now we're going to concentrate on structuring these sentences. So the first one says, I haven't used my new computer yet. And then here it gives you like a hint on the parenthesis on now making this sentence using already. So I've already used my new computer 3 times. Now I want for you to complete the sentences for the following ones. And for that, I will give you, it's 2:01, I will give you until 2:10. 2:10, and then we will proceed. No, you know what? 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes will be enough. So 2:06. 2:06, and then we will see the answers. All right, so let's go ahead and start sharing our answers. Number 2. Who wants to do number 2? Aaron.
Ken hasn't Ken hasn't all download already. Ken hasn't already downloaded 10 new apps.
Okay, so hasn't already downloaded the 10 new apps. All right. Thank you. Next one, number 3. Jonathan.
My parents have already seen my apartment twice.
Okay. Hopefully they got a good impression, right? Thank you, Jonathan. Ismael, next one.
I haven't ridden my new bike yet.
Okay, I haven't written my new bike yet. Thank you. Fernando.
Vicky hasn't downloaded any apps yet.
Any apps, right? Any apps yet. Thank you. And last one, number 6. Who wants to do the last one? Pablo.
I haven't chosen my online photo yet.
Excellent. I haven't chosen my online photo. All right, so let's go to the next activity. Now, here we have some verbs to use in a sentence. And what I want for you to do is not only use these verbs, but also try to include already and yet. So for example, I haven't tried to download an emoji app yet, okay? So please do sentences that are true for you, but you will start with number one. So you will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences. And then try to use already and yet, depending on your situation. And then once you're done, post it on the chat, okay? I will give you until 2:15. If you need more time, obviously I will give you more time. So 2:15 and then share it on the chat. So start making phrases that are true for you. And don't forget to use already and yet. And this is just what I was mentioning before, that already it's used before in between the past participle. So we have or has, and then already, and then the past participle. And then yet it's used towards the end of the sentence. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our own sentences. Write it on the chat once you're done, and then we will just go through the next and last activity after this. So let's go ahead and work on it. If you have questions, I'm here. All right, so I'm looking at your sentences. Whenever you see a heart on your comment, that means that I took it as participation. Okay, just a heads up on that. And yeah, I think we are going to go to the very last activity. So if you want to continue sharing your examples, you are more than welcome. And now, I think or maybe I'm wondering if you know what this game is about. Guess who? Or in Spanish known as Adivina quién. So I have kind of adapted this game to a game that we're gonna do. My question to you is, do you want to do it all together, or do you want to do it in teams, in your own team? That's my very, very first question. Should we, if you want, let's do sorry, go ahead, David.
All together is more funny.
Okay, so then we will, I don't know. Let's see. Let's vote. Let's see, in a democracy, we have to be the majority, right? So I believe that maybe all of us will choose all together since I'm seeing comments, but let's raise your hand if we should do all this together. Raise your hand. Okay, 3 people, 2 people, 4 people, 5, 6, like in politics. Vote, vote. Everyone has to vote, okay? So 6 people. Only 6 people? All right. And then the rest. What about, lower your hands now? Let's vote now if you want to go to your teams and play it in your team. So raise your hand if you want to do this activity as a team and not as a group. So as a team, like in your own teams. Okay, 1 person. What about the rest of the people who didn't vote? Are you here, guys? What's going on there? We only have 2 options and everyone has to vote. So does that mean that I only have 10 people in the class? What about the rest? What about the rest? Okay. So I'm gonna take roll one more time because I want to make sure everyone is here. Do we have Yvette?
Present.
Thank you, Aaron.
Present, teacher.
Paola.
Present, teacher.
All right. Alex, Samuel.
Present. I'm here.
Daniela.
Present.
Jonathan.
Present.
David Montañez. Okay. Iván Muruato.
Present.
Ya te lo puse en borrador.
Armando.
Present.
Octavio.
Here.
Jasmine.
Present.
David Navarrete.
Present, miss.
Thank you, Claudia. Anelis. I think you said you're here, Pablo.
Present.
Alan, Wendy,
Present.
Omar. Yes.
Here, teacher.
Did you
Oh,
hear me?
here. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Ismael and Fernando.
Here, teacher.
Present, miss.
Excellent. Okay, so the majority vote for doing it as a group. So let's go ahead and give the kind of the rules on this game. So for this, I will need maybe like 5 people that will be the one that decide what is the item the rest of your classmates will guess. So let me explain first and then you volunteer so you can know what it's going to happen, okay? So basically, for the volunteers are going to choose a word from the list or even anything that you can find in your house. It could be something in your kitchen, an electric device, anything that you can think of, even books, whatever comes to your mind. What I want you to do is to start kind of writing down maybe some clues that you can give to your classmates to guess whatever you're thinking of. However, try to make them a little bit more not so, a little bit more harder, not so easy to guess. For example, here, oh, and actually for the ones that are gonna give the clues, make sure to use like already or yet. Try to complement it with what we learned today, okay? So for example, they have this that says, I've had it for a month. I bought the newest model. It works really well. I already used it several times. I used it to set up my new bookcase. I haven't let anyone borrow it yet. So you can see that they include words like yet, already, but at the same time, they're giving clues on what it is. And then the rest of the classmates could either ask a question to get more information or just even say the word. So it sounds like a tool. Is it an electric screwdriver? So that will be kind of the dynamic on this. Maybe this person could have asked, does it sound, does it make a lot of noise, or does it do you need to plug it somewhere? Things like that that will make it more extensive, right? So the people that are going to choose the word and that are going to give clues must include already, yet, and answer whatever questions your classmates have. Okay? All right. So as I said, we will choose one. Obviously, in this case, it's going to be 5 people that will pick one of the words shown or come up with your own word. You can come up with whatever word you can think of. The rest of us will ask questions using already or yet if possible. The one that it's giving the word or that it's thinking the word, it's going to give us clues like I use it every day and I already have a case on it. I'm sorry, this should be the other way around. I have already a case on it and I haven't taken the science plastic off yet. So then the other person will try to guess what the item is. And if not, ask more questions until they know what we are talking about. At the end, if you have a clearer idea of the answer, just say it. But I don't want for you to be like guessing every single word, like, oh, it's a microwave. Oh, no, it's a tablet. Oh, no, it's a TV. So let's try to be more into the task of asking more questions to have a clearer idea, and then we say the word. So now with this being said, Um, who would like to volunteer to give out a word or a clue or clues to the group? Maybe 4 or 5 people. 4 or 5 people. And I will give you maybe like 2 or 3 minutes so you can formulate your statements, your clues. That way you don't have to just suddenly come up with them. So 4 people. 4 people that want to help us out to continue with this game. Or should I choose? Someone in another group said dedocracia. Should I do that or do we have volunteers? So Pablo will be one. Okay, Pablo. So start thinking about the word and start thinking about what clues you're gonna give to us, to the group, okay? So go ahead and start thinking about that. 3 more people. So we have one, Pablo. Who else wants to help us?
Can I say it?
Let me just see if we get to have the other 3 people.
Okay.
But remember, just give clues. Don't give the word.
Can I choose one of my?
Yeah, actually, you're gonna choose one word. It can be from here, or it can be something that you would like to for the rest of the class to guess. So
Okay.
it doesn't necessarily have to be the ones that are here. Okay, those are
Okay.
examples. So start maybe formulating your clues. 3 more people. Okay, I will just choose Armando. You're gonna be the second one. And then let's see. Then we have Octavio. You're gonna be the third one. So Pablo, Armando, Octavio, and let's see. Let me see. And Alan. So Pablo, Armando, Octavio, and Alan. Start thinking about your word and then we will start the game, okay? 1 more minute for that and then we will start with Pablo. So 1 minute to think about a word and okay. Are you ready, Pablo?
I'm still writing my clues.
Okay. Go ahead and continue.
Okay.
Okay, ready, Pablo?
I think.
All
I
right,
think
so
I
go
chose
ahead and
a.
open the
Okay, okay. Um. Okay, okay. I think I chose a complicated item for the clues, but um, I use it every day, and already everyone's know about it.
So it's a daily use thing and everyone knows about it.
Yes.
Okay, add a little bit more clues.
Okay. I will already put it on charge because the battery goes went down. Um, and I already how I can explain I already if I say that word maybe everyone will know about it. I don't know.
Okay, try to use something else, anything else that will help.
Mm,
Or anyone had a clue what it is? Ismael?
Maybe it could be a ring.
not too close. um, okay, another clue. I will already put in a case, lead case, and the case has a and how can I explain it?
All right, so he already put it in a case. So what could that be? Use it every day, put it on a case. Omar?
The very first thing that comes to mind, teacher, I think it's a cell phone.
A cell phone. Is that correct, Pablo?
It's a little bit close. It's a electronic device.
Okay, so it's an electronic device. It's very close. So not a cell phone, but a Ismael?
Maybe calculator. I don't know how to say it.
Okay, a calculator. Omar?
Maybe some Bluetooth headphones, like some AirPods.
No. For example, you can it's a electronic device that you can go to I, I can see the word. Sorry, miss.
Okay, let's say an electronic device. Ismael?
It's a smartwatch.
No. Uh, it's a device that you can have some fun.
It's a device that you can have some fun and it's not a smartwatch. And you can use a case on it and you use it every day. So what could it be? And then we have Ismael.
Maybe a portable console like PSP or Nintendo.
Yes, it's a Nintendo console, but what what console?
Okay, so maybe more specific. So Ismael, you're right on the right track. What console is it?
Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, that was actually I was thinking about a tablet, but it turned out to not be a tablet. Okay, excellent. Good word. Um, let's see. I see that Octavio and Armando say they're having problems with the internet. Maybe if you want, guys, you can give the clues on the chat. And in the meantime, I can work with Alan. Are you ready, Alan, with your word?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. So go ahead and give your clues.
So first, I use I have used them most of the time, and I already use. Oh no! Forget. I have a mistake. Okay. I have already used to practice a little bit, so I can keep learning. It's one thing that I said in other classes that I used to play. And also, uh, uh, I'm learning, so I haven't played very well yet.
Okay, in the process of learning, but does not dominate this yet.
Yes.
Okay. And if you have questions, the rest of you guys, please ask them. Samuel?
Maybe it's a desktop.
Can you repeat?
A desktop.
No.
Oh.
So not a desktop. What else? Try to even ask questions. If you I don't know, can you give us another clue? Is it something we can is it something electronic? Is it something everyone can use? Things like that. Let's ask questions to Alan too.
Can you give another clue?
Yes. I have already know how to make arpeggio on it. I don't know if you know what is that word. The word arpeggio, it's like a keyword. So um, I don't know if you know what is that.
Okay, Ismael.
It's a guitar.
Yes. Okay, that was so
Okay.
easy.
Awesome. So yeah, that was actually that was a great clue and good thing for maybe I'm not familiarized with the terms and everything, but it was like a hint to get the word. So good job. Thank you so much, Alan. And maybe
You're
one last person. Yes, thank you. One last person. Let's do just one more. So any volunteer that you can just say a word. It doesn't have to be like this extraordinary thing. It can be just as simply as things that we have in the house or things of our own possession. Anything will help. So one more person, please. One more person. Okay, Aaron. It's okay. Don't worry. So, see you tomorrow. Thank you. One more person. Okay, so Octavio is giving us clues. I haven't charged it yet. I already use it for playing games and watch movies. Anyone that has an idea? Octavio is putting it on the chat. So he hasn't charged it yet, and he already used it for playing games and watch movies. If you have questions to him, also ask them. Ismael?
Maybe a tablet.
A tablet? Is it a tablet?
No,
Okay.
there isn't.
No, no tablet. Let's ask questions if you have any. Alan?
It could be a TV.
No, it's something purple.
Something purple?
No, sorry. What's the word? Portable?
Oh, okay. Portable. Okay, so something portable. Remember, don't try to guess like the word. Try to ask questions in order to be sure what the word is. Omar?
I think it's a phone.
Is it, Octavio?
It's kinda like a phone, but you can put it in your head.
Okay, on your head. It's kind of a phone, but you can put it on your head. Ismael?
Maybe Oculus Rift or something to play 3D video games.
Yes, yes, it is.
So what was it?
Well, he told that with this electronic device you can play 3D games. So I think that he doesn't know the name, but it's VR glasses.
VR lenses?
See, yes.
Oh, okay. It's kind of like a virtual stuff or not?
Yes,
I'm sorry,
yes,
guys.
it is.
Yeah? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm probably not so much into knowing all those kind of stuff, but okay, excellent. So you got it. Thank you so much, Octavio and Ismael as well. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna stop here and we're just gonna go ahead and say what is something that we learned today? What is something that you will remember and I hope that you remember for tomorrow? Ismael.
I learned about how to use already and yet.
Already and yet, right? Yes. What specific things about when to use already and when to use yet? What could be some things that we should know in order to use that? Or what else? What else did we see today? Omar?
Teacher, we need to use yet when something has not happened yet, and already when something happened like sooner.
Okay, so yet when something has not happened, and already when something happened sooner than expected. Thank you so much. Excellent. What else? What else did we learn today? And we have, what else? What else are we gonna remember from today's class? Alan?
Well, we also talk about verbs and nouns, how to identify.
Okay, how to identify, right? And also that sometimes there will be cases that you could use it for both, right? For both categories, depending on the context. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for being here today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day and take some rest.
Thank you, teacher. See you.
Thanks, teacher. See you later.
See you,
See
teacher.
you.
Thank you, miss. See
Thank
you
you, teacher.
tomorrow.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
You too. See you tomorrow. Bye bye, everyone.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Have a